Welcome to Spiritual Psychic with Sarah Wiseman, where you'll learn how to unlock the secrets of spiritual intuition and your own psychic gifts. Here's Sarah.
Welcome to Spiritual Psychic. I'm Sarah Wiseman. Today we're talking about how we can communicate with the universe, or rather, how the universe communicates with us. And I've been hearing more and more this phrase, like as I've been walking around, like in shopping centers or on the street or just in passing, I'll hear people say, I'll have to ask the universe, or I better put that one out to the universe. And this is a phrase that even 3 years ago, I'd say, even definitely 5 years ago, this was not in the common lingo. This was not in the mainstream lingo. And now it is. And that's exciting because it represents a different understanding of how we are not only part of the universe, but that the universe is basically talking to us. And now, you think, oh, the universe is talking to her. No, I don't mean it that way. I mean, the universe is talking and communicating to me and to everyone because we are part of it. There wouldn't be any reason. It would be odd to think that we weren't in communication with something that we are. Same way as if you stub your toe, your toe sends pain messages or messages that there's a problem to your brain, and your whole body knows. Your body knows the toe's got a problem. It's the same thing. We're in the universe. We're part of it. When we have issues, the universe is well aware. And when the universe is having issues or shifts or changes, we are well aware. So again, it's this, we're part of, again, the body. The universe is the big body, and we are like the little teeny cell in the universe, something along those lines. So we're working from the book, Messages from the Divine, and I highly suggest you grab a copy because the teachings there are really deep. These podcasts are just the bare skimming of the top. But what this idea talks about especially is that there is a language that the universe speaks, and this is a language you can learn. The book says, Messages from the Divine, this is the path of paying exquisite attention to how the universe communicates to you as soul in human container. It is in essence the path of learning how to speak the language of the universe. And then the book continues, this is the language available to all humans living in light. So how do we learn this language? The book continues, just like any language or skill, you must study it. So how do we begin to study it? We have to put our attention on things if we want to learn them. If we want to learn Spanish, we have to spend time with Spanish. If we want to learn how to cook, we need to spend some time practicing cooking. If we want to learn this spiritual language of communicating with the universe, we have to spend some time with it. And definitely, I'm very happy that people are starting to say, oh, I better ask the universe about that. I'm very happy about that. But there's more to it than just, hey, universe, telling you this. That's, sort of like talking to the universe. But we're trying to understand how the universe talks back to us. So, how do we begin to pay exquisite attention? And of course, the first thing you want to do is to drop out of distractions. And golly, for most of us, there's two giant distractions. There's an outer distraction with it, which is mostly our devices and this barrage of information that comes to us. And there's also the outer distraction of our schedules and our to-do list. This really false system that we've created, this idea of having a calendar and putting events on it. It's just a very false way of living. And as anyone who's ever done this, once you start dropping things from your calendar, you realized I didn't need to have those things on my calendar at all. They were just time sucks or time wasters or big distractors. They were keeping me so busy I couldn't even understand what I was doing. And then the other thing that's the big distraction is our own minds. Our own minds are continually spinning out thoughts and desires and demands and arguments, and we're just continually looping in these obsessions. And whenever we're in either of these, the social media, trance, the too busy calendar trance, or our thoughts reaching into the past, or our thoughts future thinking, or our thoughts just spinning out, whenever we're in those distraction loops, we can't be present. And the universe, the language the universe speaks can only be received when you're in present time. And here the book says, when you begin to allow your human self to pay exquisite attention to now, to be in the present moment fully, all things change. And the book continues, with the absence of distraction of all kinds, the soul can peek out from the human container and feel everything all at once. And you've probably done this before, but it's a very simple experiment to just suddenly be still and for a moment just sense everything around you. And for a moment just sense it. And this can be very healing, to just sense that you can be still and be in presence, and that the things that you were thinking about or worrying about, they just kind of float away. You just become one with the vast nowness that is always available to you. And the book continues, you begin to notice the beauty of the clock ticking on the wall. You begin to feel the air on your skin, a delicious, comforting breeze. You begin to feel your own body, the cells in perfect communion. In this moment in which you do not worry about result or answer, you have in essence put yourself in the swirl of universal information. We can't reach the universe if we're all jacked up on distractions, and the universe can't reach us either. There's a reason in meditation we call for the breath, we close our eyes, and we call for stillness. It takes us out of that distraction loop. If you're beginning to communicate with the universe and you'd like to learn this language, I invite you to just work on this stillness as much as you can as a starting point. There's a lot more to it, of course. There's ways that the language happens. We'll talk about that next. But I would just love for you to work on this idea of dropping out of distraction, all the ways distraction happens for you, and working on stillness. I'm Sarah Wiseman. We are working from the book Messages from the Divine, and I'll be with you next time.